Alrighty, welcome back everybody to a monthly program which we do with our Tech Bytes program, that being Hack Central, where we're diving deeper into some advanced or honestly something cool topic concerning computer science, and today it will be no different. As you guys can see by the little hint picture we got right there, some weird but cool things are going on, and we'll be taking a look at how we can use our programming knowledge and some extensions with Hack Central to do some magnificent things. So as always, guys, thank you so much for coming out here today on April 20th. And without any further ado, we got to get started with our Tech Bytes intro, as always. That, of course, being quote and meme war. I'll get on started, guys. You guys know me, Rayaan, Siddiqi, a senior at Conan High School, and my meme for today is, when you write 10 lines of code without searching anything on Google, that is when you start finding a lot of bugs. Guys, we've seen it. Google is one of a programmer's, they say in real life, a dog is a man's best friend. Google is a programmer's best friend in that same case. As you use Google constantly when searching up how to write certain stuff, reminding yourself of old techniques. And, when you write code by yourself, it ain't much, but it's honest work. And that feeling of saying that you wrote something without referencing anything else is quite immaculate. So that is my meme for today. Let's take a look at the competition. Labdhi.
All right, so my meme is onto the right. Actually, you can take, there are two memes, but the right one is what I was going at. Kyle, I'm so sorry. My dog ate my homework. So that's the typical excuse that all of us should say to our teachers if we don't do our homework. But in this case, our teacher would be a comp sci professor. He's like, your dog ate your coding assignment? Me, professor, me. It took him a couple of bites. So the joke here is the way they spell bytes. In computer science, there are bits and then bytes and then megabytes, gigabytes. So it's that pun that instead of spelling bytes like BITES, they spelled it BYTES.
I also like the one on the left. Humor based on my pain.
Yes. That's an OG one.
Right.
All right, so before we do move on, yeah, go ahead, Amelia. Yeah,
I have a comment.
Yeah.
Can you explain the left one? I kind of don't get it.
The left one, programmers looking at programming memes. So basically, like what Rayaan showed and what we've been showing basically is the pain that we go through, like Googling stuff, not being able to figure out things on our own and all of that. So basically, it's all pain that we've turned into jokes. So that's what that dude is saying. I think it's from Friends. But yeah, he says, humor based on my pain. Ha ha ha.
Alrighty, let's hear in the chat. We got Amelia going with Team Labdhi once again. Got to step my game up. Chase.
Yes,
Doesn't like that joke.
All right, so yeah, the next one, the next slide has a little bit of a riddle. I came across this. Oh no.
Riddle me this. Why is
Wait,
there?
Rayaan, can you escape and then play again?
Yeah.
Stop trying to take the Riddler's place, Labdhi.
Okay, so I came across this and I loved it. It's really simple, but you guys will like it if you get it. Oh, you did?
What is it?
Yep. Carrot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So that's just a basic riddle.
We can start.
Yeah.
Riddles to kick off. That'd be fun. All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, let's move on to what today's Hack Central is all about. Before we get there, just a quick reminder of our courses for this month. And Chase, you had a question about next month. We'll be continuing with our courses of algorithm programming every Monday, product development every Wednesday, and then video gaming hour every other Friday for not only this month of April, but also throughout May. And then in June, you guys will see some new programs which will be starting up. So stay tuned for those.
And for what we are doing today, who's excited? Drum roll, please. Okay, whatever. But yeah, we're going to be making a donut using math. And we're going to be making this donut in Python. So think about it, 3 things. Using math, using the language of Python, we're gonna create a donut. So what do you guys think of this? Sound exciting?
Kind of.
Okay.
Oh, all I want is a donut now.
But yeah, it's actually a 3D donut, let me tell you, and it'll be rotating But we don't want to give away too much without actually explaining the motive behind showing you guys this. So on to the next slide.
Alrighty, so what does it actually mean to make a donut? Are we talking about eating some double chocolate donuts from Dunkin' Donuts? No, although that would be fun. If you were in person, I think that would have been cool. We could have gotten some donuts and had a little activity, but online we'll make the best of it and make some virtual donuts using some math. And the way we're gonna do that, guys, today is of course using our knowledge of programming with Python, along with a combination of a couple of other things, that being some special characters to create a round sort of circular you saw in the first slide. You know how we had if I go back, we had a donut shape. We see all of these special characters, and we're going to use some special characters like addition, subtraction, the multiplication symbol in order to make that circular shape. Now, you guys are probably thinking, hey, Hack Central, we usually talk about some advanced topics. You know, we've talked a bunch about machine learning. We talked about some cool special Python libraries with sorting and searching. But today is sort of a outlier. We're talking about a donut. And does that have to do with anything being serious? No, it does not. It's just a fun little thing, and that's what Hack Central is all about. And in general, that's what coding is all about. You got to learn to code not because you have to. You got to learn to do it because you want to, and you want to create certain things. And today, a cool thing which you can create and sort of see the creativity of coding is creating some donuts in Python.
And yeah, definitely. So our motive behind actually picking this idea for today's Hack Central was to tell you guys that as young programmers, there are so many different paths you can take on becoming an actual programmer and having coding in your future career. But to choose that, you first have to explore all of the ways and know what they mean and which path of coding you actually like. So creating a donut in Python is a fun application of math and a couple of modules, Python modules, but you guys will understand that, like Rayaan said, coding is not about trying to create something, trying to create a project and just going with it, finishing it and getting bored with it. But it's about creating something new, creating something cool, fun, interesting that you are really proud about. I got a chat. Okay. I don't.
Oh, I think Amelia's talking about the meme. The guy Ross from Friends. Amelia, thank you.
Oh, okay.
How'd you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I haven't watched Friends, but I have some friends who've told me about it. So yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Well, how is it even possible? How are we going to be creating a donut? Are we going to use some dough? And no, we're not going to be using some cooking recipes out here. We're going to use some Python recipe, and the recipe is going to be comprised of a bunch of things. Essentially, we're going to be utilizing some concepts we learned about in the past, that being like a while loop, in order to add a bunch of special characters. We're going to utilize a module we've worked a little bit with previously called Pygame. We worked a bunch with math, generating random numbers, adding some special characters that way as well. A library called ColorSys, that is for, I'm assuming, to add some color and make our donut actually look nice. Special characters we talked about, and then of course some math like we talked about initially. We got some trigonometry functions like sine, cosine, tangent, and then some basic arithmetic. We got addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So all this is nice, but now let's take a look at the final product and how the code even allows us to make something so random. Let's take a look.
All right. So before we do take a look, let me tell you guys what that sine and cosine and tangent actually means. Yes, there we go. Where's my whiteboard? There we go. So this is like a literally 3-minute lecture that we're gonna show you what these functions mean. So you guys might have learned about functions, that f of x. Okay, that f of x, let me get my mouse. There we go. So that f of x is equal to something. Now, if we set that f of x equal to sine of x, okay, you may not laugh. This is my best attempt. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so we got a graph, and basically a sine graph looks like a wave. Literally, I'm going to draw, and this is what a sine graph looks like. Wait for it. A wave. And guess what a cosine graph looks like? Also a, come on, someone tell me.
Well, I'm trying to set up a replit.
Factorial function? I don't know.
Actually, it's sine and cosine, they're very similar. So if sine is a wave, then what is a cosine also? It's also a wave. So this is what a cosine function looks like. I'm gonna try my best, and there we go. Let's do this.
Oh, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Great. And finally, tangent is a little bit trickier, but I'm just gonna draw a tangent in, let's say, let's draw a tangent in purple. It looks something like this. Now knowing, let's just draw a couple of these. And okay, there we go. Yeah, so tangent looks something like this, where the center is at 0, 0, and it goes on forever and ever. But the main thing is that sine and cosine, they are waves. And think about a rotating donut. Now, I know I'm telling you guys to kind of imagine something you don't know something about. And I mean, we've never talked about it, but if you imagine something turning, let's say this pencil sharpener. If it turns, let's say this is the side you see right now. Actually, I'm gonna stop sharing so you guys can see my screen. Stop share. Okay, great. So this side of the pencil sharpener, I marked with a Post-it note. If I turn it around and around, this is what we're gonna do with the donut. At a certain point, this side with the Post-it note, it's gonna come back again, and we're gonna turn it around. It's gonna come back again. Turn it around. It's gonna come back again. It's the same thing as that sine wave. We go up and down, but we go to the center at some point. So let me annotate. Let's see. Here, I'll just go to the whiteboard back again. Oh yeah, nice. Okay, it's saved. But yes, it's the same thing of a sine wave. That's cosine that I'm tracing. Let's go back to blue. So this is our sine wave. Same thing goes for cosine, but at a certain point, we go back to that 0. Same thing with when we were rotating that pencil sharpener. After rotating it at a certain point, we came back to that side with a Post-it note. And that's what's going to happen and how we're going to use this sine and cosine and tangent, of course, to, I guess, display a rotating donut. So without any further ado, let me show you guys what a rotating donut in Python looks like. Okay, let's see in the chat.
Amelia,
Okay,
are you
Chase.
asking what is cosine?
Huh?
Yeah, Amelia, did you have a question?
Nope.
Okay, got it.
What's so funny?
And Chase, we will definitely look at your replit after we finish today's lesson. How's that?
Sorry, I just have the giggles today.
Are you good? You don't have to be sorry at all. All right, so here is the link to the replit. And here we go. Now, who's excited? I am.
Me too.
Okay, so here is how many lines this is. 105 lines. Let's turn that into 100. Okay, 102.
That doesn't sound like too many at all.
Yeah. No. That's why we were smart and we didn't plan to actually code all of this in Hack Central. We will just go over what these chunks of lines do and run the program to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, it looks like someone has started running it. I wonder who. Okay, but before we do run it, let's go through the code. So here we are importing 3 modules: Pygame, Math, and ColorSys. Now, can anyone tell me what a module is? Now, I know for those of you who are returning, we have covered this topic before. So anyone remember what a Python module is?
I learned it somewhere. I just don't remember.
Okay, no problem. We'll just review it once more. So a module is basically a library full of different functions, variables, values that you can refer to. So for example, this Pygame module, it just helps you create a whole screen and display a UI, like buttons, I guess, what else? Buttons, animations, characters actually jumping around. But yeah, it lets you, I guess, create a video game using Python, which basically means it lets you create a GUI, if there's that term again. Now, this math module lets you do those sine and cosine operations that we just learned about. And this final color assist just helps us play with some colors, and that's it. So that's importing modules right here. Let me comment that.
And for those, like, we do have some new people here. Remember, a module is sort of, you can think about it like an app on your phone. You can just download it and use it. It's sort of something which you don't have to code or add by yourself. It's just something which is there. And with an app on your phone, you have so much more accessibility to things, right? So in a similar way, a module, it does a lot of the work for us. And by importing it, we can use it like Labdhi will show us today, like we're just about to use on line number 7.
Yep. And here, line number 7, we say pygame.init. Basically, it initializes a whole window that we will run in a minute. And it gives us a GUI, so graphical user interface, basically like the buttons, animations that we will see. So I'm just going to say initialize the graphical interface. All right, so that's until line 7. Now from line 9 all the way to, let's see, line 27 or 25 in this case, all of this is just setting some variables to I guess, numbers or characters in this case, and setting it to each other. These are going to be constants that we will refer to when we actually create that animation. So initializing constants. So there is no logic going on here. We're just setting, so for example, I'm just saying that this is a pencil sharpener. This is a Post-it. This is a pencil. So yeah, so white is this, black is this, so on and so forth. After that, this is just another thing for screen. Just setting the width and height of the screen to what we said over here, so 900 by 900 pixels. I'm just gonna add that to this. And same thing for here, setting the system fonts and the caption to say donut. Let's say Tech Bytes creations. All right, and we'll see that once we do run it. So these two functions after that is where the color sys module is used, and that will turn the whole donut into different colors, as you will see. Other than that, the main animation that's going on is, basically lines, what is it? Line 49 all the way to line 90. And that's where we set different things to that math.sine, math.cosine, let's see. And all of that, even using multiplication, addition, subtraction, all of that. And I'm not going to go too in depth about this because we will need a lot of math background knowledge in order to fully understand this, which will take years, I can say. But let's just say this is just the meat of the whole project. After that, if you guys can see, this while run basically runs the animation continuously. And finally, this, oh, I hope we're not writing anything in the replit. Okay, so this final thing is just to quit the animation if the X button is clicked. All right, so that is a basic overview. There are a couple of things that we will go over once we run our function or our, okay. Make sure we aren't writing anything in here because it does mess up the syntax, which will lead to errors later on. So here goes a lot of things actually. I'm going to run and we will see a donut, a 3D donut rotating. Now, if you guys look closely, actually, if we look with a blurred vision, we see a donut, a 3D donut. Am I right? Give me a yes.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Does it ever
Avanish wants to know if
stop?
he can join.
Oh yeah,
Who's
yeah.
up? Yeah.
Does it like stop?
Actually, it does not. If I do click this X button, it will X out, but I'll just rerun and it will never stop because you see what we did over here. We said run is equal to true, and we run this while loop until it's true. So basically, what we're doing is running this while loop forever. Because while something is true, everything inside it is going to run. But guess what? Run will always stay true unless we do something over here. So that's why this donut animation will go on for infinity. All right, so back to what I was saying. If you look with a blurred vision, you see a 3D donut. But if you look closely, now let me see if I can zoom into it. It looks like I cannot. But actually, if you see closely, what characters do you see? So I can start off. I see exclamation points.
Or
Does anyone-
hashtag.
I
dollar sign.
see dollar signs and those monkey at sign thingies.
The at the rates. Yep. Anyone else see anything else?
I see something else. Commas, exclamation marks, those
Mhm.
asterisk thingies.
Yep.
There's also equal signs.
Yes. And semicolons. I think that sums it up. But those are the characters that we put in right over here when we initialized all of it, right over here.
Hi. Are you guys coding donuts?
Yes,
Yeah.
Avanish, we are. We are
'cause-
coding 3D donuts that rotate.
Because Chase just told me over Discord and I wanted like, how come I'm not attending while they're talking about donuts?
I told him there were donuts to start, and he's like, seriously, are you joking?
All right, sounds good. Thank you for joining us, Avanish. So yeah, there we go. We have a 3D donut using math operations like sine, cosine, multiplication, addition, and all that good stuff.
Can you go like an overview? It's like how the like the thing on the console is moving like as a donut?
Yeah, I can review once more, but we basically imported 3 modules. One is Pygame that basically makes the animation. The second one is math. It lets us use the sine and cosine operations down below. And the third one is the color sys. Now, I told you guys I'm going to review what color sys does. It just it gives us the gradient of the colors going from red to now it is yellow, orange, all the way to green. It's, yeah, pretty cool stuff, but that's what color sys does. And now it's green. Okay. But yeah, after importing modules, we say pygame.init basically initializes this whole window, similar to what we did with Tickinter. Yeah. But yeah, after that, we initialize constants. For example, I just gave an example to these guys, but I'm just saying that this is, if you guys can see my screen, my camera, but this is a pencil sharpener. This is a pencil. I'm just telling the computer that these variables I'm setting to, I'll be using later on. Just remember these. So for example, width is 900 pixels, height is 900 pixels. I want to X start at 0, 0, Y start at 0, so on.
I have 2 questions. So like, can you first post a link to this Replit?
Yes, I did before, but I think it's.
And also like on the donut, why are there a bunch of carrots and symbols as like parts of the donut?
Yeah, actually, great question. That's exactly what we just reviewed. But That's the cool part of what we did today with Hack Central. Now, we told these guys that we'll be creating a donut in Python using math. And initially, we were all very confused. But as you can see over here, we are using all of these characters from period, comma, hyphen, that squiggly line, colon, semicolon, equal sign, exclamation point, asterisk, hashtag.
What's
And
that line and then like indentation?
which line are you talking about?
They're also
Uh,
hashtags.
I'm not sure I can get out of wait, I mean this thing.
Oh, are you talking about the squiggly line thing?
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, so I actually don't know what it's called. Rayaan, do you know?
Wait, I am gonna Google it.
Can
Okay.
you control what color it is?
Yes, that's actually being controlled right over here.
Can you make it like rainbow?
So it is a rainbow right now. It's going from like red all the way to blue.
I think he wants you to like put the colors in like like the donut has like a line of color on each part of it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
So
think
it
that would be
literally
too
has
hard.
one color, which is rainbow.
So that symbol's called a tilde.
oh, okay, that's cool. So the squiggly line.
Yeah. And
Cool.
I think about a rainbow, guys, it's an extension of the project. It's something which we can definitely do.
Called a tilde.
All right.
Wait, how is it moving? Or you made the pixels move? Like the light up? They technically aren't moving. It's just the pixels lighting up, right? Like the donut, how is it like moving?
So yeah, that's the whole point of this project that we showed. It's not actually moving, but let's take a look at like one spot.
Yeah, like I was like saying like it's not actually moving. It's like just different spots on the controller thing, and the pixels are lighting up in those spots.
Yeah, but it's not just pixels lighting up. Think of this as a 2D array, and on each spot, the character is changing. So right now, where my cursor is, it's a $sign. Now it's a semicolon. Now it's an equal sign. Now, let's see. Now it's it was an exclamation point. Now back to a $sign, and so on. Do you guys get what I mean? So
Yeah.
each spot is changing its character based on the math functions or math operations. But overall, what we see is a rotating donut.
Yeah, because if you just like think like the code or math way, it's like lighting up in those different spots like a grid or a matrix array. But then if
Yeah.
you just like look like 5 meters away from it, you just see a donut rolling.
Yeah, that's the whole like cool aspect of this project that we wanted to show you guys. So yeah, that basically sums up showing the math behind it, giving you guys a little bit of an overview of how this
And also like
works.
Chase said, this is the last Hack Central, or is this the last?
Yeah.
Yes.
For at least this month and next month. Yeah, next month we'll be continuing our other programs, but in June we'll be starting up some new things. So Hack Central, this is the last one, finishing it off with some fun.
Yep.
So this like currently is the last?
Only Hack Central, yes.
Wow.
So I just increased the speed of the donut just for fun, and now
Wait,
it's
can
going,
you do it? Can you do it the max, please?
we always want to go to the max, right? Yeah, I'll try, but most likely it's just going to go crazy, and we won't be able to see any animations.
Twirling donut.
There we go.
It looks like one of those when you're playing a Sonic the Hedgehog game and it's those coins which is twirling around.
Yeah,
That's probably actually the code they use to move them too.
probably. All right, I'm gonna add in those zeros once again, and yeah, that's it. Stop.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that brings us till the end of the end of Hack Central. a program which we've done diving deeper into some cool topics, and today was no different, diving into a fun and extremely fun topic about how we can combine our mathematical skills along with our programming skills to have some fun and make some revolving shapes like a donut today in Python. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Have a great time, guys. Remember, tomorrow we got a product development, continuing these courses throughout the month of May. And then in June, we'll be kickstarting some new and fun things, more to come. Guys, take care. Catch you guys tomorrow. See you guys.
I have
Bye.
Joe. I